I'm Coffee Kevin, and here I am with a French press. And I've got a little bit of coffee, and we just decided we wanted to have some coffee, of course, here. But I had some coffee that, unfortunately, my wife threw the bag. She's so neat. She threw the bag out already, the empty bag. But it was big shoulders, and it was a natural process Ethiopian. And probably not a coffee I would instantly do in a French press. But that will make the experiment all the more interesting, because it's a little lighter roast than I probably would normally assume would work in a French press. But that's part of the fun here at CoffeeCon, is trying everything. And also I will, if I remember later in the show, I will read you my pitch that I'm going to put on Indiegogo and see how it works, because we need to get CoffeeCon going. It's been too long. I want to do another one. I want to do more than one. Okay, what do I do with a French press? I measure the coffee, and I'll just give you the recipe that I like to use. I like to use 44 grams, which is perfect because I had 44 grams left of this coffee, to 4 cups. So I use a little bigger, again, throw weight. I use 11 grams per cup. And I'm going to make 24 ounces, which is 4 6-ounce cups. So to each 6-ounce cup, not 5-ounce cups, each 6-ounce cup, 11 grams. Probably maybe close, it may not be, but that's the formula I use, or again, recipe. I also grind a little coarser. I grind about exactly as I would for a Chemex. Let's take a look at this. We get to use this OXO grinder, which I'm actually not measuring the grind yet. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Grinders actually get better as you burn them in. They're like a lot of audio equipment. There's this myth that and a myth that's pretty well substantiated, that a lot of things sound better. Tubes, you burn them in a little, you use them for a while, and they work better. Sometimes after I've had breaks, I've had breaks or from the car place, and they'll tell me, oh, the brakes you have to drive about 100 miles and they get better. Anyway, this is definitely true for grinders. We're burning it in. I will tell you, from here, it smells delicious. So, and it was in my coffee freshness system, so I wasn't worried about. Oh, that's right. Let's see. How about that? Is that a good shot overhead? Okay. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's pretty coarse. Okay, nice shot, Michael. Okay, thank you. Oh, the incense. Okay, well, now, let's see where our water is. And I'm hoping it's, what do you think? Where is it coming out, reading up? It is 188, a little bit low. Oh, perfect shot. Great. That's about perfect for me for a French press. 190, mid-90s. Come on. This Thermapen, there we go. The Thermapen really gets Okay, we pour our grinds in, and then we pour, and that's right. You know what? You've got my phone, Michael, so I need to find a way to measure 4 minutes. What do you think will work? Okay, thank you. Okay, yes, that reminds me. Clock. Reset. All right, start. We're going to do this. Now, I always, there we go. I always give it a few seconds with just a little bit. In fact, did I bring a spoon down here? Oh, okay, that's all right. We'll get that in a minute. Okay. And then I will, but I'll let it settle. Oh, that smells delicious. Sorry, that was me blocking the shot for you. I'm so self-absorbed when I'm brewing. It is 44 seconds. I didn't realize Michael's going to get the spoon, but he took the remote for the shot, so he's changing shots as he does. Is quite a multitasker. And here we go. In a minute, we're pouring the coffee in, and then we'll stir it. We'll give it a quick stir. That is perfect. I didn't realize. Okay. All right, and then here. You know what? This may be one of those times, and this is my favorite spoon to use as a soup spoon. It's the only thing I use a soup spoon for, except, of course, having soup. Okay. It's the only time I stir it. And then what I do is we are now, okay, we have put this in here. That was rather sudden. And there. And then we'll just keep it sealed. And we'll go to 4 minutes, and then we'll press it down. Some people use 3 minutes. Some people use 5 minutes. It is totally within range to use either. In a perfect world, probably 6 minutes because it's a coarse grind. But there's all sorts of theories as to why one would be better than the other. One thing great about the French press, with any immersion system method, is that the grounds are completely surrounded by water. So there's no risk, as there is with the drip, for instance, that a grounds will be missed. The only possible way they could be missed is if you just put the grounds in on top of the water and didn't stir them. There is always that possibility. Meanwhile, 195, it's almost certainly, in fact, let's find out. I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to take a test reading. I'm going to look at it myself first to see if, oh, I see. There we go. Yeah, it's fairly cool, actually. It's about 170? Can you see that? Oh, yeah, there it is, 168. I don't believe that at the bottom of it it's 168, so I'm not sure that that's worth getting too concerned about. It's 3:30 right now. We're about 30 seconds away from the magic moment when we will find out what a great job I did brewing. I'll just keep this in here, and then when we push down, it is about 5 seconds away. 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't wait. Okay, and then I'm just pushing it down here. Yeah, it's 170, 172. Here, can we get the, how's that? Is that a pretty good way to see the 172? It's, yeah, That's not a particularly, well, that would be, and now I have tried to game the system where I've then poured the water in at 205 thinking, oh, we'll come right down to 200, and I did not feel that it justified all the effort that I put into making sure we were smack dab at 200. In fact, I oftentimes think I get better coffee just using it the way it's organically seems designed to be used. All right, and let's put this back in one piece so that, all right, and then we are ready. And I will pour Michael's cup first and hand it out here, out of camera shot, and then here's the second one. And let's try this. It's actually quite pleasant. It's quite sweet. It is a natural, and the natural process is the difference of the how it is processed when it is still green, and it really it's really delicious coffee. And I've had it in every other method just about but this method. And I don't even know if Big Shoulders has any right now, but it is a really nice coffee if they do. It's worth getting some and trying it. And actually, I would try it just how I did it. I really find this is a delicious cup. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in the Midwest, and if I were not in here doing this on camera right now, I would be sitting outside and enjoying the big puffy billowy clouds, but the beautiful deep blue sky as well. And yes, delicious. This I think I hit it right. This is a coffee that I don't see any reason to, I'm just trying to analyze it and say, well, would I have gotten anything extra from this coffee if I'd brewed it 5 degrees hotter? And no, I don't think so, or 10 degrees. No bitterness, of course. And again, I think sometimes the freedom from bitterness is worth a lot. And again, the grind worked fine. I didn't have any problem, any challenge pushing it down. It's a good sign for the grinder, by the way, because if a grind is uneven, significantly uneven, you may have problems because there will be what are called fines. And fines are ultra fine coffee particles. And a grinder, you'll typically get them certainly with a spinning blade grinder. This is a burr grinder, of course. It's conical burr and stainless steel. Which, by the way, and I've mentioned this before, but stainless steel burr grinders tend to do coarser grinds better than the ceramic. One thing great about a French press, it captures the essence of simple brewing probably better than any other method. It's just simple. You're pouring hot water into the kettle, putting the grounds in, putting the water on top of them, giving it a stir, and then you hit it at 4 minutes. If you were 5, I think it would be very drinkable. 3, the same thing. I prefer it right where it is, actually, but I think, and then you just enjoy it. And that's a great way to have coffee with people. Yeah, in many ways, French press is one of the best methods available. If someone, and it's a great method to go to after you've exhausted, after you've really you're bored. You have a automatic drip brewer. It works fine, but you just have a friend just drop by and you just like to make some coffee in a little more tactile way and make it more of a social or ritual between you. Great method. Let me. I'm headed, by the way, to Coffee Fest in Indianapolis this weekend. It's a trade show. But it's a good trade show. It's different from the Specialty Coffee Association show. Not perhaps as many worldwide visitors, but a lot of small companies bring their products to Coffee Fest, and I find it a good place to try to find people that and sign them up for as exhibitors for a CoffeeCon if they have products that will work for consumers and they want to talk to consumers directly. When they don't, and I've met several that didn't, and of course you don't see them at CoffeeCon for that reason, you find out it's a qualifying exercise for me. But they're nice people, and if you're going into the coffee business, in many ways it's the best show because it's almost like everyone there is geared toward you, starting a coffee shop and looking for suppliers, and whether you got to get the stuff for your espresso machines or whether you have to get a drip brewer for your cafe or an espresso machine. It's a great place. You get to try this stuff out, and very few people like me there. So, and now I'm going to do something. Are we ready to do this, Mike? Okay, I'm going to bring my laptop on here. I got it over the hump somehow. Better than rehearsal. Okay, and then I'm going to read you, if I can pull it up. This is what I intend to put on Indiegogo. Okay, and let's see if we can. Okay, I'm Coffee Kevin, I'm Coffee Kevin, author of The Art and Craft of Coffee, curator of CoffeeCompanion.com, and founder of CoffeeCon. CoffeeCon is a consumer enthusiast coffee event. Most others are trade shows, meaning the content and the exhibitor attention goes to wholesale buyers, not you and me. I created CoffeeCon 6 years ago in 2013 after attending many trade shows. CoffeeCon lets you taste lots of great coffees back to back and discover new favorites. You can explore all kinds of coffee gear. You can take classes and learn to make the best coffee at home. And you can see, touch, try, and buy interesting products, stuff you can't find or try online. I created CoffeeCon so I could attend it. CoffeeCon benefits consumer attendees. We range from newbies to coffee geeks. CoffeeCon benefits the exhibitors, including small batch roasters, farmers, and gear manufacturers. Consumers benefit from all the beans, tastes, and gear, and what is virtually an on-site coffee university featuring top experts presenting. Exhibitors are able to expose their brands to thousands of people and sell their products, which benefits us all. We'll use the funds to afford venues large enough to accommodate our awesome exhibitor show floor and presentation breakout spaces. Each breakout space is filled with gear, coffees, associated teaching apparatus, and audiovisual equipment to optimize your learning experience. The event business runs on cash. We get better dates, venues, and rates by booking and paying early. CoffeeCon already exists. We just held our 15th event. I just want to take it to the next level. My deadline is the next 60 days, August 1st. I need to raise $50,000 for each event and use that money to start placing venue deposits for at least 3 events during our 2020 calendar year. So now is when I hope you'll respond. I started CoffeeCon because I'm a passionate coffee enthusiast like you. Your support means everything to our ability to keep producing shows the way you want them. I thank everyone whose help has gotten us to be the leading consumer coffee event, and I will be further grateful for your support today so that CoffeeCon can keep delivering solid shows in ever-expanding locations in the U.S. and beyond. So that's my pitch. And if you have opinions about it, first of all, feel free to go to Indiegogo and watch it again, and hopefully I'll have it a little more polished by the time I post it. But see what you think. And meanwhile, if you have an opinion and you want to post it, or you just want to personal message me on at our Facebook page, or our coffee-con.com website, feel free to do that. Whatever you're comfortable with. More than anything, I just want to find a way to take our show to the next level and to keep it, in effect, owned by the consumers, by the attendees. Because I think, and I've had discussions with people in the trade, some of who've even expressed at least an interest in potentially trying to purchase it from me. And most of them agree that it would change if they owned it or someone else owned it. And I'm not opposed to change normally. Maybe I am. But I'm certainly opposed to it losing its focus. And I think it's really hard because there's a lot of temptation to change it. There's a reason that there are so many trade shows and really only one CoffeeCon, and that is, and I know there's a lot of what are called now hybrid shows. To their credit, Coffee Fest has not tried to become a hybrid show. But hybrid means they let, even the SCA has at least had, I don't know if they did this year, a period where consumers could come in. But as someone who's pretty much been a consumer at a lot of shows, these trade shows, it's very difficult because they don't get the payoff from talking to you. They're looking for large orders. And wholesale buyers are, I think I mentioned it in here, are the people that they want to most communicate with. And I always feel like when I'm at a trade event and I'm wearing my little badge that says either I'm a writer about coffee or a blogger, they're always still scouring badges looking for someone that's an Amazon buyer, something valuable to them. So it's and I like trade shows. I think they are a very important part of the industry, but we're not trying to do that. So anyway, enough of the commercial, but I definitely respect people's input, and I want to be successful. I like it to grow. I'd like to do more cities, not less. And all the cities we have are you heard the costs, and that's the cost without even the personnel involved and we have a lot of volunteers, and I really appreciate that. But, at some point, I want people to be able to afford to be there. And anyway, that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to have a pleasant journey. Pat and I are headed down to Indianapolis after this, and we'll be there all weekend, and then returning, and hopefully I'll have maybe I can get an interview or two there and see some new products, and that is one of the ways we grow our show. So anyway, I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate the French press. I wish there was a way we could virtually get this through the internet to you, but this is a good cup of coffee. I notice Michael's holding his cup up there and he's looking for more, I think, so I may have to, no, I don't have any more of this. Do I? I have some more, yeah. So, anyway, I'm Coffee Kevin, and thanks for tuning in. See you soon.